Are you feeling exhausted? Is your body aching? Are you always getting sick or injured? Do you find it hard to take time to rest? We're wired for productivity, so we're wired to keep going. But if we keep going through the aches and pains, if we keep going through the injuries, if we keep going through the exhaustion, we'll end up collapsing or crashing. So we have to listen to the small warning signs from our body before they turn into big warning signs. My name is Angela Cleary. I'm a feminine empowerment coach. I specialize in healing action narcissistic abuse, and I also offer twin flame and spiritual guidance. This is the thing. Your body is screaming at you to tell you to rest. Like it's like we're afraid to sit down. We're afraid to take a break. And I remember when I started awakening, when I started to do my healing, I was like that. I was constantly on the go. I was speed rushing everywhere. I was doing things. I was constantly running. I was running everywhere. Like, I don't run, but I was like literally speed walking everywhere. You know what I mean? I learned this behavior, but like I was working in meat factory as a supervisor, but I was in the packing area and I was constantly doing. I was like all this heavy lifting. I was pulling muscles left, right, and center. Did I listen? No. I just kept going through them. I literally was black and blue with bruises because I kept rushing. So there was one time, this is early on in my journey, I came down off my deck and I heard onto my ankle and I heard it snap. And I was like, oh shit. That was my warning sign to slow the fuck down. You know, and I was able to nurse that back. But like, I live on my own, so I was like, I really need to be able to drive. I need to be able to walk. I need to be able to do things. So I literally had to take that as a sign. Slow down. Because like, this is it. Like, if we're not listening to those bruises or those little injuries or that tiredness or that exhaustion, it's going to get louder and louder. And that's the thing. We're afraid to slow down. We think that we have to be productive all the time or we're going to look lazy. And I remember this when I started going through Dark Night of the Soul and stuff, where I physically couldn't do anything. And I was lying there on the couch kind of looking around. What if somebody sees me? I was like, you're on your own. No one's going to see you. And you're like, yeah, but what if somebody thinks I'm lazy because I didn't do anything today, or I just watched a movie today, or, you know, I didn't do any work, and, you know, it's because I'm exhausted, it's because I'm tired, and it's because I'm in pain. But like, what if somebody judges me for being in my pajamas today? Do you know, stuff like that. And that's the way we are. It's like, what if somebody judges me? But what we have to do is listen to our bodies and rest. Because I've seen this so many times. I've done it myself so many times. Is if we don't listen to the nudges, and this is with any area of your life, not just your health and well-being, the universe gives you signs. Gives you tiny little signs to say, slow the fuck down. Just take a break. You know, you're exhausted. And you don't listen. And I do this all the time. And I've done a video similar to this before, because this has happened to me more than once, and it happens to us all the time. And we might listen once, but we mightn't listen the next time. And for me, like personally, this week, I did extra exercise. So I do 30 minutes of exercise Monday to Friday. I bumped that up to 40 minutes. And I said to myself, because I'm doing extra intense exercise this week, I'm going to have to slow down a bit. But what did I do? I went on 4 walks instead of the usual one. And I did the gardening yesterday. So I did actually strimming and hedge trimming with actual machines. And I'm in fucking bits. After telling myself, slow down this week because you've done more exercise. This morning I got up and I was about to do my 30-40 minutes of exercise. And I was like, don't. And I was like, I have to. And I was like, you don't. And I was like, but you have to. And I was like, you're in pain. If you exercise through the pain, what's going to happen? You're going to be in twice as much fucking pain. So you're going to have to take a few days off of exercising. But if I take the pause today, then I'll be able to go back to my exercise tomorrow. And this has happened again and again. If you take the pause today, this happened to me at work when I was working in the meat factory again. I got repetitive strain injury in my upper shoulder. And I worked through it all the time. But I got to the stage where I was like, I can't work through this. And if I don't work through this, I'm going to have to miss a full day's work tomorrow. Whereas if I go home now and I only miss half a day work. And I went home, I rested, and the next day I was able to go back to work. But if I had have pushed through, I would have had to take at least one day off work. Do you get me? And I've seen this with people before. It's like rushing. They're getting signs from the universe. They're getting signs from their body to slow down. And what do? Nothing. Then they end up literally bedridden for a week and can't do anything. And it's like, you should have listened before it got this far. It's the same thing, like, I was reminded of this, the same thing of if you get injured playing sports or if you get injured in the gym and you go back too early. So for example, like, you know, you're on a sports field and you go back way too early after an injury. And like you put in, you know, these guys, they put injections into their knees or whatever, or put straps on. It's like, I have to go back today because they're playing the final. They need me, and I'm going to go back. It's too early. I'm in agony, but I'm going to do it anyway. And then they end up actually injuring themselves for life because they didn't listen to the warning signs. The reason you're getting injured is that the universe is telling you to redirect. The reason you're getting exhausted, it's telling you to redirect or slow down. And this is it. Like, the way I see it is, like, if you keep hitting obstacles, if you keep getting exhausted, if your immune system is low, there's something there that needs to be seen, you know, or it needs to be addressed. Like, for example, if you have a low immunity due to exhaustion, because if you don't get proper sleep, if you're not getting to bed before midnight, your body isn't getting enough time to recuperate. So your immune system is going to be shot. You're not going to have a strong immunity. You're going to be getting sick all the time. You're going to be run down all the time. If you do get injured, your recovery time is going to be longer as well. And that's what the thing is with me. I do have good sleep hygiene, but I actually realised this morning I'm actually going to bed too early. The secret time is between 10 and 11 for good heart health. Do you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, I'm going to bed too early. Do you know what I mean? So I have to reassess my sleep routine as well. But like, you're literally, if you're not looking after your body, if you're not listening to your body, you're not listening to the guidance system. Like, and this is it. This is, everything is a sign. Everything that repeats itself, every injury you get, every overwhelm you get, exhaustion, every time you get sick, ask yourself this question: what am I doing to cause this? Am I listening? Like, you know, if you're always exhausted, if your immune system is low, if you're constantly overdoing, overworking, you're never really going to give yourself enough time to rest. And you're constantly going to go around in those cycles. You know, and you're not giving yourself enough time to regenerate. And this is the thing. Being in the moment and resting your body, it's as productive as moving around. Like, I've said this before. We run around the place until we collapse. And then we have to take a week off. And it's like, why are we doing this? Why don't we go slow and steady? Why don't we go easy with ourselves? Like, I am actually in so much pain today. And it's like, you know, when I was doing the gardening yesterday, I only do the gardening once a month, and it's heavy lifting, like, as in, like, you know, I'm you know, chopping down branches and fucking ditches and all that kind of stuff. But I leave it go for a month till it's overgrown, and then I do it. And I'm like, I'm fucking pulling muscles left, right and centre. I'm like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Why can't I do this once a week or once every 2 weeks and then go easy? And then the bushes are smaller. And I guess it's like, why don't I do this? Why do I do it once a month and kill myself? You know, and like, literally, I was already, after saying this week, you need to take a few days rest after doing extra exercise for 5 days. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll do that. But did I do it? No, I didn't. And I did something worse. And now my back is killing me. My arms are sore. My legs are sore. Because I didn't take the break. And it's so funny this morning, because I was like, I had this, the topic for this video written down last week. Because, you know, I was telling myself, you need to listen to your body. And this morning I was pushing myself. I was like literally going, I'm going to do my exercise. I'm going to do exercise. And I was like, don't be a hypocrite. You're literally doing a video today about resting your body if you're in pain, about resting your body if you're injured. And I was going to do the exercise and push through. I was like, no, listen to your body, listen to your mind, listen to the topic of this video, and take that time to rest. Like, I've seen this with, you know, with any kind of exhaustion, illness, injury, we're not listening. I've seen this with football players. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're literally putting everything they have into the game, and then they do get injured, and they're like, this is the end of the world, but I'm not listening to it. I don't care. I have to play. This is my life. This is my life. And they go back too soon, and then they end up having to quit the game for life. But if you consistently listen to your body, if you don't go back too early, it's the same with if you're ill and you ring in sick from work. Like, going back to work too early is not going to do anyone any good. You know, not giving yourself enough time to heal is not going to do you any good. Like, it's your body is your signal. Your body is screaming at you to slow down. So, like, ask yourself this as well. Do you constantly get flus? Do you constantly get sick? Do you constantly get, sort of tummy problems, low immunity of any kind? Are you in a constant state of exhaustion? Why? Have you slowed down since you got the injury or the diagnosis? Like, this is ridiculous. Like, people are literally getting ill, and then they're literally saying to them, they're not consciously aware. There's a warning sign behind this illness. Like, everything in your life has a reason behind it. There's a message behind it. There's no coincidence, or there's no random. You know what I mean? Like, you're literally being, like, it's funny, like, the days I'm guided to maybe take, not do exercise in the morning if I'm in actual pain. And I'm guilty. I'm feeling guilty. I'm like, oh my God, I should have done it this morning. I ate too much yesterday. I should have done it. But there's, in that window that I have an extra 30, 40 minutes, I'm like, something magical happens. Do you know what I mean? Like, where I get an epiphany, or I get answers to what I need to do next, or guidance towards my next step. So in that, like, everything happens for a reason. And I'm sitting there literally asking myself, why didn't I do exercise this morning? It wasn't just because I was in pain. It's because the universe is trying to tell me something. So ask yourself, if you're getting sick all the time, if there's something consistently running you down all the time, why is that happening? Are you overworking? Are you over-exercising? Are you overstimulating yourself? And are you slowing down after said illness or injury? Because if you're saying no to that, you need a slap. I'm sorry, but it's like, wake up. How do you expect your immune system or your body to heal if you're not getting good sleep, if you're not actually looking after your body, if you're still overworking? Like, if you're injured, and like, I used to do this in that job I mentioned. I used to go in injured. I used to see that with so many people as well. Like, you'd be petrified you'd lose your job, so you'd be like, I better go into work even though my arm is falling off. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, we do this over and over again. It's like, if you have a really bad flu or you're really sick, you're told, don't go into work if you've got like an upset stomach, just don't go into work. But people are still doing it. And they're spreading, not only are they spreading the illness, they're working through, and you're not even productive. You think, oh my God, they're going to fire me if I ring in sick. No. Like, imagine, like, this is it. You might only need 1 day to recuperate. But if you don't give yourself 1 day to recuperate, you're going to need a week or a month or however long. But if you're still not listening, are you listening to why this is happening? Why are you exhausted? Why are you run down? Why are you sick? Why are you injured? Why? There's a reason here. There's a loud and clear reason. Do you know what I mean? I didn't come off my deck and pop my ankle for no reason. It wasn't just bad luck. It was literally the universe saying, if you don't slow down now, you're fucked. And that was it. I was like, what if I can't walk? I live on my own. What if I can't walk? What if I can't drive? What the fuck am I going to do? Do you know what I mean? And that was my really big signal. I was like, you need to slow down, because it's not safe for me to be alone and rushing around like that. It's not. I have to be mindful of what I do. And the same with my driving. You know what I mean? I was a very unconfident driver, but I was a very careless driver as well. I'd hit the brakes if I saw something coming towards me. I was very scared, a very nervous driver. And I was driving to work really early. It was overtime. I shouldn't have been fucking doing the overtime in the first place. 6 a.m. on a fucking Saturday morning, black ice on the road. I saw lights coming towards me. The lights weren't even coming towards me. But anyway, I hit the fucking brake. The car flipped. Turns out another car flipped on the ice as well. And I got a different car and hydroplaned on water 3 fucking times after that said accident before I realised, oh, the universe is trying to say here, slow the fuck down and drive more carefully. And it took for me to be like in an accident and almost in an accident 3 more times before I started going, oh, there's something being told to me here. So this is the same with anything else, your body. Are you getting sick all the time? Are you exhausted all the time? Are you constantly getting injured from over-exercising, overworking, or overplaying sports, whatever it is? These are things that are actually screaming at you to redirect or slow the fuck down. Because, like, effectively, not only was the universe warning me not to drive like I was driving, it was also telling me you shouldn't be fucking working at 6 o'clock on a Saturday morning in a fucking shithole that didn't fucking appreciate you. That's what it was trying to tell me. The reason I kept getting injured in that job wasn't because I was just rushing around and I need to slow down. It was also because the universe was saying, this isn't for you anymore. This is it. Like, if you keep hitting obstacles in your health, or, you know, keep getting setbacks in your health, or getting injuries, or getting exhausted, or your immune system is shot, this is literally the universe telling you you're doing something fucking wrong in your daily life. You're doing something wrong. Like, you know, we can all distract ourselves with overworking, we can distract ourselves with overexercising, we can distract ourselves to the point of complete exhaustion. But you have to ask yourself, is this the right path for me? Because if you're constantly getting repetitive symptoms, repetitive injuries, or repetitive pain, the universe is telling you there's something wrong here. You have to do something different in your life. And that's what I've been guided towards over the last few weeks. It's like you can do more, but you have to do less as well. You have to have balance. Like, what I mean by that is you can add something extra into your life once you take something back. You can't just keep going to the point of collapse, to the point of exhaustion. So are you listening to your body? Are you listening to the warning signs? Are you asking yourself, why am I sick? Not asking yourself, whoa, I'm so sick. Do you know, and just literally saying, I'm sick and there's nothing I can do about it. There's something you can do about it. Are you changing your lifestyle to heal better, to, you know, support yourself better? Are you getting to sleep before midnight? Are you getting the recommended amount of sleep in order to heal? Are you still overworking and overstimulating yourself to the point of injury or exhaustion? Or are you actually listening to that injury and saying, okay, I need to take a pause, I need to take a break, I need to slow down, I need to listen? And that's it. You know, I'm going to be fine tomorrow. Once I get another good night's sleep, and once I relax my body today, I know I'll be able to do my exercise again tomorrow. But if I'd have listened Thursday or Friday last week, and not done anything overexerting at the weekend, I would be fine now. But I didn't fucking listen to that. Now I'm in agony and I have to take more time to rest. Do you know what I mean? So this week I'm doing fucking nothing. I'm not going to move. I'm going to do my exercise for the rest of the week. But other than that, I'm not going to move. I'm just going to stay in the same position for the whole week and just not move. And I'm going to get better sleep hygiene. I realised today I was actually going to bed too early and getting up too early. And what I need to do is actually go to bed a little bit later and get up a little bit later for my own sleep hygiene. So I'm listening to my body. I'm listening to the universe as well. And I'm listening to those warning signs. So are you listening, or are you constantly pushing through and making yourself worse? So thank you so much for listening today, and I really hope this resonates. If it does, please like and share, and please subscribe to my channel so I can reach as many people as possible. And if you'd like help on your journey, please book me for a free discovery call today. Love nothing more than to help on your path. Also, I have another channel called Aligning with Angie, where I share a guided meditation every week. The info for that is in the description box. And I also have a free feminine empowerment workshop happening this Wednesday, the 13th of May at 6 p.m. Orange UK time, for us ladies to get together to heal and support each other. This one is from hyper-independence into sisterhood. So a lot of energy around asking for help and, you know, community. So if you want information for that, please comment below.